Welcome to Brown's Neighborhood, where Daniel Butchie Brown is the host. Welcome to Brown's Neighborhood Podcast. We got Hurst in the house. Hurst got a story like no other, and we finna talk about it. Hurst done really done a miracle. For a little bit of cutting up we done been doing, man, you gotta be a brave young man to do what this man has done. First we gonna talk about where did you grow up at?
I grew up in South Central Los Angeles on 92nd and Western.
Is that right?
Yeah, I grew up over there, and I beat the odds coming up out that jungle, because it was real.
So how old were you when you got up out of, how old were you on 92nd?
I was there at 4 years old. I was abandoned, and my grandmother and grandfather picked me up off the street, and then they raised me in a household of 4 or 5 different families.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You was abandoned by your mom?
My mom left me. My dad left me. So then my grandmother, which is my dad's mom, went and grabbed me. And when they grabbed me, they never let go. And at 18,
So
they
where
passed
were
away.
they living?
They was living on 92nd and Western in the house.
Okay.
So the Creole family, they owned a lampshade business, and then they came from Opelousas, Louisiana. So all my whole family was Creole. Then they maneuvered over to L.A. and raised different families, and then added me and my sister to the bunch. And I was the only one that had my own room, and everybody was mad, but I wasn't. I was just like, thank you. I was blessed. I was really, truly blessed by picking me up and giving me the things that I needed.
How long did you live with them?
18 years.
Okay.
18 years.
So you remember what schools you went to?
Yeah, I went to it was a Catholic school next door to the house on 92nd and Western called St. Eugene.
Oh, okay.
St. Eugene was right there on Van Ness.
Yeah.
And
You
it
went
was just
to
like
St. Eugene?
Yeah, I went to St. Eugene, man, green and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won championship after championship.
Now I know a little bit of what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? We had to wear a necktie though, but we had to tuck our shirts in. But I abide by the rules. I wanted to abide by the rules, and it kept me as a man to this day by abiding by those rules.
So when you left St. Eugene, where did you go after that?
After St. Eugene, I went to Westchester High.
Okay.
And then I stayed there for a minute, and then I was playing with a lot of guys, and on the court.
Did you get to make Westchester basketball team?
Actually, I didn't. I didn't make the varsity. I played sophomores.
Okay.
Which is lower, but I took it because it was so many guys. If you was good, you still was gonna play down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was all politics, but that didn't bother me. I still had a lot of friends that was cool, and we grinded. We was grinding on the court over there. So then I kind of figured out, I wasn't going higher and higher. I'm like a late bloomer. I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna go to the ghetto school. I'm gonna go become a general then. So then Dart Stamps, shout out to Dart Stamps. He grabbed me and a couple other guys, took us over to Washington, and I made a name for myself over there.
Did you make the team at Washington?
I made the varsity team at Washington.
Is that right?
Yeah, when I got down to Washington, it was a real focus because you got all the gangs in one culture. Mm-hmm. And then, you can't step on the W, that's what they call it. And then prep don't like nobody, Right. So I just didn't I was kind of like coming from Westchester, cool. I was always fresh, had a Nike on, and I just did my thing. But then I had a work ethic that was kind of different from a lot of guys. I kind of put a wall up and said, I want to sleep in the gym. I want a pillow at the baseline when I get there. I don't want to focus on nothing else but school and basketball. That was it, because I'm an underdog now.
So you graduated from Washington?
I graduated from Washington High.
Okay. So after being at Washington, I'm going to just ask these questions. Now, you growing up a young man, nice-looking young brother.
Appreciate you.
Did you get a girlfriend?
I didn't even have a girlfriend.
Okay,
I didn't, my focus was a ball because my right-hand man was going to the NBA. Shout out to Gabe Pruitt, okay? The Pruitt family. And I had a chip on my shoulder. Then I had my other boy, Trevor Ariza, Then I had Darrell Wright, I got all these NBA guys I'm training with, Hassan Adams. Shout out to all my guys, Ray Reed, real LA guys, So I was the underdog to these guys. I didn't have the proper things that they have from the basketball court. So I just use it as a sponge. And so I said, well, take the bullet and go grind and work harder and harder and harder. And so I just outworked behind closed doors and got to where I got to the top, and then met them overseas.
Okay, so check this out. You graduate. Did you go to college?
I went to college. I went to school in Kansas my first year, in the middle of nowhere. It was a Mennonite school, number of white folks, and
Where is that located?
in Kansas City, Kansas, Heston, Kansas, which is nothing but cows out there, man.
I mean, but how did you find out about that school?
Well, what was crazy was I didn't have I had like recruits here, but I wasn't on the market like that. I was just an underdog. I was just like a guy, like, okay, man, I want to go here, I gotta go here, but I didn't really know what was going on. So I took the SAT, I didn't pass. So this school kept calling me and texting me for years, and it was called Heston. That was the first school when I was in junior high. It kept sending me messages, and the Lord was speaking to me, and the Lord was saying to me, at the end of my 12th grade year, you ain't got no recruits, you ain't got nothing. This is a crazy story. And I said, but there's one Christian school that been calling you since junior high school and sending you mail, and it was called Heston College. I said, do they got a basketball team? And they said, yeah. So then I called up there by myself. I called the school. I spoke to the athletic director. I said, I want to come to this small little school, and I want to work my way up. And they gave me a scholarship after they seen me play and seeing how I can do things. And it wasn't anything big. It was just a regular little 2-year school. I went there. After I went there, I transferred from that school and went to another school in Kansas and was JUCO All-American there. And so then after that, I'm still an underdog. I'm not getting recruited, and I'm still just staying at my level. Then I went to an NAIA school, which is Jarvis Christian College. So after Jarvis Christian College, it was HBCU. It was on a cotton field in Hawkins, Texas. And I played down there and won a championship with guys I didn't know for the first time in history. And then right after that, the lockout hit.
Man, well, I want to say one thing. For another young man that be able to hear this, you can see right now this man didn't give up. That's what a lot of young brothers need to understand.
Right.
Just because it don't work in one spot don't mean that you give up on your dream.
Right.
And how you pronounce your name, Hurst?
My first name is Mahershal Patrick Simonet. It's in Isaiah 8, verse 1, and it means a king. And I abide by that.
Right. So I'm just saying to the young man, I mean, if you got a dream, because we just getting ready, just getting started on this story. So it's something to pay attention to. You got to see he been abandoned. His grandma and granddad came in, blessed his life. He was still blessed because he went over there to Eugene. Eugene ain't a bad school, you know what I'm saying?
They have some ball players at Eugene.
Yeah, you know.
Eric Lane, Darius Sanders, Rayshawn Reed. I mean, we always won championships. I won championships all my life.
Right.
Over at that school, but it was discipline a part of that. It was discipline where you had to go to practice with Coach Ron. Shout out to Coach Ron, and we just worked hard. We outworked, because it was just an underdog Catholic school that was in the middle of the hood.
Right. Yeah. So
but,
just so people would know, he thought, he's a kid, so he don't really know. Something bad happened, was abandoned, but God still had a plan.
Amen.
See, that's what people got to realize. God always got a plan. And when that happened, he went with mom and dad, grandparents, went to St. Eugene. And you got to learn some discipline there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Togetherness. It's still a thriving school right now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I'm getting ready to do a give back at that school in a couple of weeks at St. Eugene and for the whole city. And the reason why I stress St. Eugene is because the spirit is there. We went to church on Wednesdays, and I miss that stuff to this day. I miss just being spiritually with people around and community, and enjoying the life of the Lord, because I'm a Christian at the end of the day. I move with the Lord. Without the Lord, I can't do anything. That's my guidance, and that's where I stand with that. And I just feel like every school that I went to was Christianity. And I didn't realize that.
Wow.
As I kept going. And the Lord was just like, no matter where you go, you're gonna be okay because you got him by your side.
Yes, yes.
And there's a thing called faith is the substance of things that we hope for and the evidence of things that we don't see. Right. So I live by that statement, and it's been working.
Well, I can say one thing. If you remember that, that's enough to stand on right there.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
So now you finishing up your last year of college.
Right.
What Hurst gonna do now?
I'm hit a wall. I said, okay, I'm in the middle of Texas. I ain't got no money. I just did 365 days in a dorm room in the middle of nowhere, won a championship from discipline and being at this school for the first time in history. At an all-black school. Hurst, what you gonna do? You gonna go back home and get a 9-to-5? You gonna continue playing? You got all these big NBA dreams, Hurst, with your boy in the league. What you gonna do, Hurst? All you got is you, man. What are you gonna do? So, I started praying. And I said, God, protect me. I kept saying, God, protect me. I said, God, guide me in the right direction. Please, I need help.
Yes.
I don't know where to go. I'm a robot with basketball. I'm a robot with having, all these big time guys around me, but you ain't the guy. So what are you going to do? So the Lord told me, he said, let's play ball.
Let's play
ball.
I
said, okay. Wow. I said, okay. So I came to LA. It's the lockout here, so nobody's playing basketball, mind you. So I said, well, I took a camera, I put it on me. I had all the cameras on me, and I walked around LA and met with everybody and said, let's do a TV show. I was like, let's just do Hersh in the house. I'm popular, let's get it going. So I'm trying to find a way with basketball, this and that. And next thing you know, I just film, and nothing still came out of that. I said, okay. So I prayed again. I said, God, I ain't giving up. Man. I don't have no money. I don't know I just got talent. That's it. With no agent, nobody backing you. Just going on faith. I said, you know what? I met this kid from Croatia, and I put him in school at Rebay Academy. It was a school. And I put him in, and I didn't know this kid. And I blessed him. And then after that, I said, well, what you going to do after you bless him? I said, I'm going to wait on God. I waited on God, and then I booked a ticket to Croatia. And I called that kid when I was in Croatia, the same kid I blessed. I said, I need a favor. I don't like asking for a favor, but I need one. Do you know anybody in Croatia? I'm in Croatia that can put me on the top team. He said, my friend's a head coach. I said, okay, only $2,000 a month. I'm sleeping in a soccer stadium, playing for AA Alkar in the city of Sin in Croatia near Zagreb.
What?
It was tough. Cold, don't know nobody.
So what made you just say, I'm finna go to Croatia?
Because I had a chip on my shoulder with hoop. I wanted to play pro. I wanted to be a pro.
But so who bad. Told you about Croatia?
I asked him, and he said, Croatia got good basketball. I said, I'm gonna do a tour then. I'm gonna figure this out. I said, I'm gonna start in Europe, I'm gonna end up in Asia. I predicted it. I said, God, protect me the whole way. I had $100 to my name. Thank you for buddy passes. I had to connect on every level. I said, stay focused and stay in a straight line while you're doing this. So I went straight to Croatia. I got on the team. I filmed everything. And I was sleeping in a soccer stadium with the team. They didn't have no dorm, but they was paying us McDonald's money. I'm like, man, I got to head over to Germany now, man. So I took a train ride right there. I could hit Belgium. I could hit Germany. I could hit all them states. I go to Germany, I'm making $500 a game. I want to get to the A-League. So then now I'm hopping around.
The A-League?
The A-League over in Europe because they got B-League, C-League. You want to get in the A-League to get top dollar. So I got to start somewhere and connect. So I'm working my whole mouthpiece and being the whole thing,
so
doing the whole thing. So you
somewhere that you ain't never been before?
Don't know nothing. I'm just following the map with the Lord. And then I'm using a couple connections. I called DJ, shout out to DJ Strawberry. He met me over there, his son. Little DJ, and he said this is so I had a couple friends over there already, and they guided me to the certain teams too. Right. I said, all right, cool. I got some brothers out here. All right, cool. And it worked out like that. But then after Europe, I made my money cool, use it for hotel and gym and do what I need to do to eat my woo-woos and wham-whams. But then it was just like, okay, now I'm back. Now I got to come back to LA. Where you going next? So I said, okay. I'm gonna stop in Miami real quick. I stopped in Miami, waited there for a minute. I said, okay, what's next? So I called my partner. I say, what's on the market? Mexico. I go six months in Mexico. Then I hit Puerto Rico. So I'm hitting these two, and I'm like, man, I get on the teams, and I'm playing, I'm making my dollars. But Mexico was a real grind because it's like you riding on a bus, and you on these highways, and I'm got to go pick up 20 grand, but we got to split it between the team. But it's dangerous because I'm only eating peanut butter and jelly on this Mexico grind. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I got to figure this out. All right, cool. We get to the game. Okay.
Mexico had a team?
Mexico had a team. The LMBP Pro League is good. We was trying to get in there, but they had different cities like Guadalajara, Tulum, Reese, La Piedad, Veracruz. All these different places had little gyms where you can play and work with the kids and make both incomes. So I said, well, I'm going to try to do both. And so I did both. So I was making two incomes as I kept grinding through the city. And they like that. The people own this town. They like the different towns they own it. I said, okay, that's a good dinero there. So then after that, I said, okay, I did 6 months here, cold water, eating pollo every day, grinding.
Eating chicken every day?
Man, that pollo was on that stick, man. I said, I need some ketchup, man. I couldn't do it, player. I said, it's a little rough for me right now, man. I got some rice. It was a little rough down in Mexico, man. But it was cool because it kept me full. And as I'm grinding, I'm reading my abs in my mind. I'm like, okay, ain't no gyms. I got to work out, so I got to grind through that whole shit.
Most people think ain't no basketball in Mexico.
Oh, it's a huge sport.
They just thinking soccer. You know what I'm saying, Punchy?
Yeah.
They just thinking soccer.
Yeah.
And you saying basketball.
Basketball. The cartel sponsoring a lot of that down there.
Is that right?
Yeah, I got rough a couple nights. Because you can't really, holler at their chicks or nothing like that. You got to stay in your grind and stay with your Americano. It's only 2 Americanos per city. And then you got to go to you got to do your deals with these cartels. Pay. One day I'm shooting a basketball. Dude got an AK-47. And you don't make that free throw, man, we gonna blow your brains. I'm like, oh, man, I got to make this free. I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making it. And everything was cool. They literally was going to shoot you, but you that's how they roll over there. You know what I mean? They paying for the games and playing tournaments and
right.
Ain't no hospitals you get hurt. So I'm just going off faith. I've never been injured overseas. I'm like, man, the Lord is with me. You know what I mean? So, Mexico was one of the grinds. And one remedy I did over there, man, I used to pray in church over there a lot. And as I pray, things would just glow. I would go to church some days during the day and sit on my knees and talk to the Lord, tell him my goals and what I want to do over here. And, man, it'll come in my hands. Like God was like, okay, no problem.
So let me ask a question.
What's happening?
Hurts, when did you become big guard?
I became big guard. Yeah, I became big guard when I changed my daddy's life. I mean, I always be on the court, be like, big guard if I make a layup. I wouldn't say nothing else because, I could move around on the court. I could shift you. I'm going to knock you down with a 3 or 2 anywhere. I'm going to get you done because I could shoot that thing. I got a grenade launcher. You know what I mean? You give it to me, it's in the net. I don't hit the rim. So then, I use the big guard term because on the court, because it was more like, I'm bigger than you, wide shoulder. I'm gonna outthink you. I'm gonna outshoot you, and you ain't gonna run over on me. I'm gonna get you done. I'm too big for as a guard. My shoulders was wide, so usually the guard is more thinner and not wide as me. So I look like a football player as a point guard. So I would let them know you gonna feel this, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen. Right. You know what I mean? But I want to sit 94 though. A lot of guards don't sit 94 feet. I'm gonna sit on pause. I'm gonna sit on you right here. I'm gonna take it, or I'm gonna slide and cut you off. I'm gonna roll with you, and I may say a couple things.
What you saying, big guard? You was in shape.
I was in shape. I was all muscle with wide shoulders.
Because if you gonna pick somebody up at 94, you had to be ready to go.
I had to ready to get to it. We gonna get it done. Because the thing is, me and my best friend, he was going to the league, so we would have all NBA guys come to the SC. SC runs was the best runs. If you hooped in LA, you went to USC, we got the keys to the gym. North Gym. We in the back. We getting to it. Everybody came from Nate Robinson to Kevin Durant. Everybody come up in there, and we opened the door.
So you knew Nate Robinson?
Yeah, I met up with Nate over in China. I knew Nate through a good friend of mine, Lodger Stewart, the twins. I went to SC with my best friend.
Well, he said he knew Nate, so I want to at least put it
Nate
on the
cool,
record.
Nate my boy.
I want to put it on the record.
Why not? You know what I'm saying?
That and they ain't the clearest, but
yeah,
there go Nate right there. Hold that up.
Yeah,
hold
there you
that
go.
up.
Right, that's right. That's
Nate.
right.
That's Nate.
Mm-hmm.
That's Gary Payton, and that's go Big Guard over there on the end. Then I want to be able to show this other picture
for sure
with him and Gary right there. I mean,
and Nate.
And Nate, you know what I'm saying? So everybody know who Nate is. I wanted to be able to show these pictures so people know we being real about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a young man that put his life on the line. Whenever you going overseas, you really putting your life on the line, especially if you going with nothing and just trying to figure it out.
Nothing.
So we just wanted to make sure I did, because once he started telling me about the story, I was like, man, how is this real? You got anything to show me?
You know what I'm saying?
So when he sent me the picture, I said, I'm going to go and kind of blow this up so when people hear him talking, they ain't just thinking he talking crazy, because here go another picture. Show that right there.
Mm-hmm.
When he with Gary Payton getting the MVP. You know what I'm saying?
The glove a real one. I'll give him that. He did a lot for me down in China in one day.
Yeah. So even just a picture showing that you there, let me see that, so the people can see it from my shot too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, these are the kind of people that's coming with real stories. And we just getting started, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to make it even more real, because it take you to see it. And then here's another picture with a bunch of little Chinese kids, China kids, you know. And he in the middle. And
that was actually the second day I got to China. They did a big thing over there. That's how much it was. I didn't even tell nobody, what the story was. I just got over there and handled my business.
Okay. So we're going to keep talking about it, but I wanted to at least put something out there that people can see that we just ain't talking. This brother was out there not giving up on his dream. And that's what I want other young men to know. You can do it too, because he's sitting right here. And you see how swell he do talk. But the main thing is, one of the things he keeps saying that I really like is God. He been really giving God a lot of credit. You know what I'm saying? Not just him. He been letting it know that God is with him. You know what I'm saying? So how did you finally get out of Mexico?
So when I got out of Mexico, it was like, all right, what's next? Mind you, I'm going off the Lord. Mind you, I'm going off his map. I'm not going off a human, but I'm looking at, okay, Hirsch, you got to keep it going now. You done hit these countries. Now you got to go around the world with it. Now it's on now. So you got a couple dollars. Okay, use that for a flight, hotel, gym, and when you get there, something to eat on, and that's it. You got to stay in a straight line as you move around like this, because when the story is done, then you could talk about it like how we doing it now.
Right.
So as I left Mexico, I said, man, I need a challenge, man. I need something that's gonna break the walls and break me, and just, you got to do something to get uncomfortable, to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought about it one day. I was laying down. I said, you know what? I'm getting up the next day. I went and got my Chinese visa downtown, 2 a.m. Bet. Got my visa stamped. I said, all right, get it. You got to get a 2-way ticket to get to China. I got the round trip. When I got the round trip, I said, all right, Hirsch, you got to get on this flight, man. I'm talking to myself at the time. You can't go back. You got to go, dude. So I got on the flight. I get off the plane.
Yeah.
24 hours. I'm first class, laying down. Wine, Martin, Mike Tyson, laughing, get up, 24 hours straight, chicken. That was the deal. I get off the plane. I get to some city called, I got off in Shanghai by the airport. Well, as I get off in Shanghai, I said, where you gonna go? I only had $100 to my name.
Wow.
So I'm still wide shouldered up. So I'm using my basketball mentality as I'm traveling. So that's a beast mode. I'm putting South Central with China. Now I'm on right now. I'm like, but stay locked in. Use your other voice too. Change it up. So I'm like, okay, I see a guy. They had these guns. They always had this booth, and it was a school. Daytime. I got a bag and a ball. That shit. I'm running like a gypsy, man. And I'm like, look. I said, I want to speak to the English department. They said, who are you? I said, I'm Mahershal Simonet. I'm Mahershal. I want to speak to the English department. Like, look, I Google me. As I Google me, they looked, they said, oh, ni hao, oh, dui, oh, yo kwai, oh, dui, yo, jayo. So then they all rushed me. I said, take me to the English department. So I just followed the situation. I got to the English department. I said, hi, guys. Take photo. So I'm acting like, just acting it out and working it out. And I'm like, it worked out in that position. So then they took me around the school and showed me everything. And it was just like a straight movie, man. And I was just like, wow, I did all this out with nothing. I said, okay, what's next? It's night come. Gotta sleep, my body tired. I can't even call nobody from America. It's called WeChat over there. You got to talk from a app, okay? And so I can't talk to nobody. So I can't, no numbers. It's just straight God and me, body, soul, and making it happen.
So where you gonna sleep at?
So where I'm gonna sleep, I said, man. So I start walking. I'm with my ball and bag. As I'm walking, I see a hotel. No blacks allowed. I'm like, okay, stay focused, Herb.
Is that right?
No blacks allowed on the door. I'm like, huh? I'm like, nah, this is crazy, man. Bite the tongue, Hersh. Keep going. So I kept going. Then I see another hotel, and I see a black man, bald head. And I said, oh, my God, black guy. Hey, how are you? What's your name? He said, Lavelle Emerson. I said, Lavelle. I said, okay. I said, where you from? I'm from the Bay Area. I said, okay. I said, what you doing out here, brother? He said, the same thing you doing down here. I said, well, I'm hooping. That's all I'm doing. He was like, well, I'm a coach and a teacher at a school. I said, what? I said, can you hire me? I can I work with you or something? He said, yes. He said, I can't give you no rooms, but I can pay you 400 kwai, R&B. I said, okay, I'll take it. I said, man, just let me work with the kids until I'm trying to get to the CB. I'm on my Stephon Marbury right there. I'm over here in China, okay? He said, I understand. I've been through the ropes. Come on with me. He gave me a job. And when he took me to the school, they had him on the wall like Michael Jordan. It was just, now was this at this school here. And it was a blessing for him to help me. And he had a Chinese wife. So I was watching how he moved, and I took something out of his book and I put it with me, and he guided me through everything else. But here's the crazy part. As we kept going throughout China, throughout 3 to 5 years I was there, me and him missed contact with each other because I was working on myself, trying to get in the leagues and doing all the things I'm doing over there. So then I got blessed one day, and I was sitting down, in his house, and I was like writing, and I was like up all night. I couldn't sleep. I said, God, I got a blessing for me, something. I feel it. And this tournament, I met this guy outside. I would be outside so much, I would meet people in Shanghai where they play ball and they love basketball. So he said, I want to put this team together. He gave me $20,000. And he said, I need you to put this team together. Can you make it happen? I said, I can make it happen. Just let's work it, man. It's not about the money with me. Let's get it done. So this is what we did. I went and hired him that hired me as the coach. I met a dude that was 2 Chinese randoms playing basketball on the court from Korea. I got those 2. I got the photo of that too. And then I met up with my boy, and we went to this club. It was this big, tall dude, swole dude. He was doing security. I said, I want you to get on this team. Come on. So I'm doing everything now. I got the budget. Y'all come on. So then I met this other dude playing. I said, I want the most underdogs with me, okay? And we good. So we went 9 deep. We played, and this is the crazy part. Shout out to Dino's. We played in one of the biggest tournaments in Shanghai called Jump 10, and sponsored by Andy and a couple other guys, artists Norris that played Portland Trail Blazers. And we did this tournament, And shout out to Keon too. Keon, that's my boy. And he brought the Drew League to China.
What?
And we played against the Drew League that game. And I hit a game win. I hit like a game winner before I just went 60 footer. And everybody jumped out the stands and I said, big guard. I said, I put the team together, won the thing, and then played against the Drew League team. The whole Drew League team knew who I was. They said, you did all this on your own? I said, the Lord did it, not me.
Is that right?
For real.
The Drew?
The Drew.
Was down there in China?
When I seen the Drew in China, when I was down there, we played against each other. I'm guard and they point guard. I'm the American on this underdog team that I just created out of nowhere. They the Drew League. This tournament is huge. It's a worldwide tournament. You got Mexico in there. And I'm the one who created everything, you know. And I was just like, you know what? Nobody even know how I did all this, man. And I said, I just felt anointed. I felt anointed, man. I felt like, you know, just like how that dude gave me a job when I first met him, I gave it right back to him.
Wow.
You know, and that's the way I move. If I eat, you eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, when the Drew League came out there, I was like, man, like, dude, they had Keith Claus. Shout out to Boss Claus. Played for the Clippers. You know, he was on their squad. They had a bunch of guys, man. And, you know, I was just like, I'm in the hotel with all them. They're like, dang, I came out here with nothing in China, with zero.
Right.
How I make it this far? Then Gary Payton, then it's flowing now. Now Gary out here, Nate out here. Gary sitting me down like, man, he said, how you get over here? I said, I ain't got no agent, man. He said, man, you winning. I said, well, he said, you ain't got no medical? I said, I ain't got nothing. I got God. He said, you on my squad. Let's roll. I said, you know my family. He said, for sure. We name drop on that. He was like, oh, yeah, come on. Gary took me under his wing. He showed me. He gave me all his publicity. And then they just kept going like that. And then there was another one named Pooh Jetter. Shout out to Pooh Jetter, man. Went to Sarah High
shout
School.
out to GP, too.
You know what I mean? Shout out to the glove for putting me on. You know what I'm saying? Down there when I got down there.
Giving a brother a chance.
Showing me. He said, meet me halfway. I met him halfway and we handled our business. Then Pooh Jetter was like, okay, meet me in Tianjin, which is like going to Vegas, right? Mm-hmm. So I met him in Tianjin. He said, Hirsch, I love you so much. You came out here on your own and did your thing. He threw me in the stands with him and Marbury and everybody at his game and the CBA, NBA over there, and was just like, look, my boy, I want my boy to have all the publicity that we got, you know. So that's why I love Pooh to this day, man, because he just always showed love. But the ending of this big story right here in China was I didn't know nothing. I had $0. I just went on the humbug because I felt like I needed to go prove my point and get the chip off my shoulder. It wasn't about the money, but it was more about the youngsters out here. If you want to play a sport, you want to do what you need to do, you know, you got to go get it. Right. You got to get off that video game. Yeah. You got to be hungry, man. You got to go to the gym 3 times a day. You got to be able to sweat this thing out, eat, sleep, and use the bathroom with basketball. That's the mental. If you want this thing, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want it, don't toy with it. Then go be a nurse or something, or go be a golf player, you know. But right now, if you say you're a hooper and you want to go somewhere with your life, you can do it. But you got to apply yourself. Yeah. You know, for you youngsters out there, because I didn't have a mother or father to tell me anything. I was just the type of guy. I want to go get it. I need a challenge. Yeah.
But one thing is about this, and people gotta put people in the right place at the right time. Right. Just like he said, when he got with Gary and got them other guys, they fame got him recognized. You know what I'm saying? If you hanging with the right person, believe me, it's gonna rub off on you. Right. Or somebody gonna see you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So God just always got a ram in the bush. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah, man. Because I didn't know I was gonna meet with anybody. I just went out there with nothing, with zero. Right. And then I just felt like the Lord just went like this. All these blessings, because I was working hard, just trying to get to it, and I kept praying. And prayer is everything. Wow. It's everything.
Y'all hear that? Prayer is everything. So this man out there in China, you know you got to be praying, you know what I'm saying, to survive. Man. He's chasing a dream, you know, and he got to survive to fulfill the dream. So you know God had to be covering him.
Covering.
Because China ain't no place to be played.
China ain't nothing to play with. And that grind, that whole 3 to 5 years, every month, I didn't have a work visa, man. So I got to go to Hong Kong, sit in a hotel, get it stamped, come right back in an hour to China.
Wow.
Because if I didn't, they taking my money. I overstayed my visa. The first time I overstayed my visa for 2 weeks, it's $500 a day. I had to turn myself in to the police and let them know, hey, look, this and that. They said, okay, no problem. Thank you. But you owe a fine. Gave them $3,000. Once I gave them $3,000, then I'm back on the clock again on that work, on no work visa. So you got to go to another country. Well, I went to Thailand. And when I went to Thailand, my birthday was coming up. I prayed again. Wow. I wasn't signed to a team at all. I went in the lobby. You know, it was a tearing my visa. The French girl tore my visa with the Chinese girl because I was leaving her. You know how that go. So I just was like, okay, well, let's figure it out. I slept in there for 3 days with no Wi-Fi in the tourist section in the airport in Thailand. I met a guy. I said, hey, man, take this $75 to go get me a temporary visa, man. I got to get out of here. I'm hurting right now. He went to go do it. He brought it back. When he brought that visa back to me, I went straight to the basketball court in Thailand. Mosquitoes everywhere, man.
Was it?
Man, they beat me up, man. They tearing me up, man. I ain't got no money on me, man. I'm stuck, man. I'm like, man, I gotta get signed, man. I gotta get signed. So
in Thailand?
In Thailand. I'm talking to myself. I'm on the court. I gotta get signed. This for real, man. So then I'm in Thailand. I started shooting the ball. So some guy sitting over there, he's Thai and all this, chunky guy named Guard. His name is Guard, right? So he say, hey, man, let me take you to the gym. Come, bye-bye, bye-bye. I'm like, he's speaking this stuff. I'm like, oh, man. All right. I don't have an agent. He said, no problem. Come on. Take me to the gym. It was like a college. Kid you not. I'm playing against these Thais. They're short and they quick and they skinny. I'm playing against these Thais, man. I'm in like just straight tire mode because I'm traveling. My leg, everything's done. Mm-hmm. And they signed me on the spot for 4,000 baht. Baht dollar is Thailand dollar. So when they signed me as a guard, team called PEA, which is owned by a gas company in Thailand. And so I said, well, okay, is this food and board? Because $4,000 ain't a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's something. I'm blessed. I didn't have nothing.
Right.
So I'm like, all right. So the gym is connected to the housing. I said, cool. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good. Brought my little girl over. Cool. After that, man, they signed me. We played. Everything was good. On my birthday, they signed me, and I was just blessed. And then that was an NBA over there,
Is that right?
in Thailand, And after that, how I got blessed by that, I said, you know what? Since God, you're gonna bless me like that, I'm gonna bless somebody else now.
Wow.
And I flew Kwame Alexander. Shout out to Kwame Alexander, 60-inch vertical, and I signed Kwame to the team. He flew out, got him signed, did his thing. I was player agent, but I was making it happen for everybody now. So then after that, he did his thing, did only 3 months over there you could play. And after Thailand.
So you was learning how things was operating.
Absolutely. And once I kept going, I started learning the system on everybody and how they move and shake. Because I done been seeing them all, how they operate. And I said, all right, well now let me just take out y'all book now.
Wow.
And so that's how I kept eating, because I kept moving how I was moving with that. And nowadays, I look back. I talked to Guard the other day. He in Thailand. He's like, man, Hirsch, I don't know nobody who did it like you. But I said, if it wasn't for you, Guard, getting me signed, you was my blessing. God sent you to get me to this day. So shout out to Guard, man, out in Thailand.
Well, man, I'll tell you one thing. When you're traveling, you're going to meet people.
Exactly.
You're going to learn different cultures, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it takes something to make those kind of moves.
Right.
It take a lot of heart, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It take, some cats could be right here in California, and they can't, they can, but it's hard to make a move to go 80 miles.
For real. Or go get your passport.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
And you going to a whole nother country.
Right. I think big as a big guard. You got to think outside the lines. You got to think bigger than anybody else. You got to think about you doing that. Well, I'm going to do it this way. But you got to also, the secret of this whole situation is you got to also have God in between of that. And if you keep God in between your grind, you get uncomfortable and keep him first as you're moving and as you're doing things, then you really going to win because you got the power next to you.
Wow. So let me ask a question. When you add up the time that you spent overseas in different countries, Mexico, China, Thailand, if you add all that up, how long you think, how many years of your life that you was moving around?
10 to 13.
10 to 13
10
years.
to 13 around there. I stopped playing professional basketball when I was 34 years old. That was like the ending, 34, 35. I'm 39 now. So I stopped playing around then, and I came back home, and the Lord was telling me, there's another calling for you.
Wow.
As a big guard.
Wow.
And you have to take control. I didn't meet my mom till I was 27 in my journey. And I met her for the first time in Miami, Florida. And then she passed away a week later after I met her. So the Lord was saying she wanted closer to see her son. And so I thank God for that.
So how did that happen that you had a chance to meet your mom?
It was on my mind, and I was praying, and I said, man, hold on, Hurst, back up. Man, back up, dude. You doing all this traveling over here. Check yourself. You doing all this moving around. You got this. You need to go see your mom and find out where she at while you moving around out here like that. Because you stuck right now. You still trying to figure out, do you even have one or what happened? Mm-hmm. So I flew out there.
Who told you where she was?
Her play sister told me. She texted me and said she's in St. Petersburg, Florida. And I was like, okay. And then I hit Miami. I'm like, all right. And then I'm like, oh, St. Petersburg. Okay, so I went to go get her. She was in an alley washing clothes.
What?
And shout out to Jeff Holland. Jeff Holland played it with the Broncos. That's my cousin on my mama's side. They all protected me over there and to take me in that trenches over there. It was in Jacksonville, actually. Because we went to Miami, then it was Jacksonville. I got her in Jacksonville in the alley, and when I seen her, I said, Mom,
Was it rough over there?
It was rough. It was like I thought I was the only light skinned one in there. It was like shooting a music video in the woods. And I said, oh, I got to get up out of here, man. Oh man, it was rough, man. I said, ooh, Jacksonville got too many dreads and gold teeth, man. Man, they got it going on. You know,
the only light skinned
brother.
brother.
Man, I said, I'm about to get robbed over here. I got to go. I said, where my mama though? Where the mama? And they said, don't worry about nothing. We got you. Go in that door. When I went in that door, I said, Mom. She said, she had her back turned. I said, Mom, she said, Mahershal, I love you. I said, I forgive you. Turn around. And she gave me a hug. We cried. And then right after that, I said, come with me. Come on. I went to see where she lived at. I filled up her refrigerator, took her out to eat, hung out with her, and just seeing how everything was going. And then I stayed out there. For like a minute until my next deal.
Big guard. Don't want to interrupt you, but I want to say this, man.
It's all good, baby.
One of the biggest things you could say is tell your mom you forgive her.
Amen.
Because a lot of people never know what their parents' challenges is. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Even if a parent is on drugs, sometimes these things hit the city. People dropping things here, they take it. It could be one time.
Yeah.
And they just can't get back.
Very, like what you just said, like it's emotional for me because I never knew what it was like to say mom. I never knew what a holiday was like. I never knew what it's to have a mother and dad in one household together in my days. All I knew was they're gone. But then I said, Hurst, you a big guard, cover up and go find her. And when I found her, like my life opened up on another level. Mm-hmm. And I said, it wasn't even stuttering. It was like, I forgive you. I forgive you. That was everything. That was my motive, my promotion, that I forgive you and I love you and I'm honored to be in front of you right now.
Because you know why? If it wasn't for her, it wouldn't be no big guard. Wouldn't be no Hurst.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? This good looking brother I'm looking at.
Come on.
Wasn't for her. All that you done wouldn't even happen.
Man.
So by having you, one thing you got to understand is that bloodline is running in you.
Thank you, D.
You feel what I'm saying?
Straight up.
No matter what, that bloodline, them months that she carried you, you was connected to her. You were surviving through what she had in her. So whatever may have happened, she still lives in you.
Amen.
You feel what I'm saying?
Amen.
That's real. I'm just telling you, man.
That's real. I appreciate that because I never heard it in that type of, navigation.
Yeah.
And that's real, man. And the crazy part about it is the mom is a sensitive subject on all levels because you said it key, and I always stuck to it. I said, and I didn't know what I was doing. I'm going with what I'm going with, and as I got her,
right,
the first thing that came to my mind was forgive her. We don't care what's going on. We about to get it on. We about to have some fun. We about to go eat together.
Right.
I want to learn how to eat with you. I sat at her bed. She was living in this facility, like a house with a bunch of people, and I said, I want to go see where your mattress is at. I want to see. And I sat next to her on the mattress, and I said, Mama, I love you. I'm finally next to you. And I was warm. And she showed me a picture. She said she always keep my picture with her. I said, Mama, I'm speechless. But one thing I could say is, I found you, and I don't want to let you go. I'll do whatever for you, man, whatever I need to do.
Man, I can say this. She created a beautiful thing.
Amen.
Just from one man to another, brother. You're a good-looking brother. You speak good. You got God. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Never been in trouble. I feel like the Lord has his light on me through her, that you have to teach the next generation, the youth, the new kids, the young guys, the YNs they call it, or, that when you got a mom that's in your life, to all them cats out there, even older cats, whatever, and y'all got a misunderstanding, whatever's going on, you got to forgive everybody.
Right.
And you got to go to the Lord on this, because if you do that, that breaks the ice. And there's no temperature, no bad stuff, over here, over there. It's more like you have went to another level with God, and that's the person that you came out of. Mm-hmm. And that person that you came out of is special, And just to go on the other end with my father, he wasn't there, okay, but now he's here. And I went and took him off hospice.
Wow.
When I came home for my ending game.
Wow.
And he's been by my side right now as we speak. And I forgive him as well.
Wow.
Because it's hard not having those teachings by the parents. But I was blessed and fortunate to have grandparents to show me how to mop a floor.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Man, let me say this.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Just in the little time that we were sitting here and we was talking, a lot of people called you just in that 30, 40 minutes sitting here before this podcast started. People was calling you and talking to you. Some needed you.
Amen.
You special, man. To somebody, don't nobody call nobody like that. You got people in your life, you know what I'm saying? The two guys that I talked to, that you put on the phone, seem like good, genuine brothers. One, that other brother that's up in Calabasas.
Yeah, over there moving around.
Well-spoken brother, talking very good. And these are people in your life.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
And then the crazy part about it, I always say, I love my family. My family might not understand me. Right. But in the name of moving with the Lord, I couldn't wait on my family. I have to go and do what I need to do. So whoever I met in the world as friends and associates or whatever, I got more love than them than my own family.
Wow, and it happens like that.
And I guess it happens like that, right?
Because see, sometimes the people that you learn and grow with over time is your family. It's just like you was over there on the phone. Lady called you and asked you for $2,000.
I'm like, what?
No, I'm just.
That's real talk. Real
evidently
talk.
She either thinking you got it, but just to call you and just ain't said too much or nothing. Can I get $2,000?
Straight to the point.
I mean, you know.
I can see if you ask for $5 at EBT, but you asking for a whole honey bun.
Man, I need 2,000.
I need a whole 2 racks, man. I'm like,
I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know.
But you got several calls.
It is great.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's got to be something good about this, brother. Man, keep being you, dude.
Come on. That's what big shout out to Big Dane Onion. Onions always tell me that. Keep being you, Dane Settle, man. That's my God pops right there.
And he even had Dane Settle's son.
Yeah.
On the phone. And I got to talk to him too. I mean, I'm just saying in that short period of time, man, it was like
a movie.
Man, are we gonna ever get started with the podcast? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's just hitting him.
That's it.
And that's a sign of somebody that care about you.
Right.
You know, because I ain't gonna be calling nobody I don't like. Well, who gonna be calling people they don't
talk
like?
That stuff, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
You're taking care of yourself because all your teeth is in your head.
Come on, man. Yeah.
But I'm podcasting. I'm checking out everything.
Man, you got to, man.
You know?
That's a real boss.
And so I'm like, man, keep doing you.
That's it.
You you got a lot ahead of you. I don't know what Cat was talking about, man. When did you lose your virginity or something? I was like, what the heck?
Right.
I bet it was just, but these are your friends. These are your,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I have good conversation with a lot of women, a lot of people, I don't have no kids, because I was traveling so much handling my business.
Right.
When God say have it, you can have it. But I'm not forcing nobody in this world, the way this world is going, unless I got all my eggs in basket and lined up correct. I'm not going to force anything. Yeah. I'd rather let it happen and make it happen. And the kids of the world is my kids, for right now, until God say you're going to have a great
you
situation.
showed right here on this picture.
You know what I'm saying?
When you got to China, you showed up.
Come on.
That was a whole bunch of kids.
Come on.
I just want to show a couple of these flicks.
That's one of the teams at CBA right there.
Is this CBA?
That's one of the teams we played at the CBA.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the NBA over there.
And these were some pictures that he sent to the phone because he was talking to me. I'm like, man, how do I know what you saying is real? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And here go another one with Nick Young.
Shout out to Swaggy, man. I'll bring him over here, man. That's my boy.
Just knowing people. You know what I'm saying? People becoming part of your life. Man, good people.
Good people, man.
So you done ran across some good folks, man.
Some good folks, man. And I thank God that he gave me that AAA.
Yeah.
That insurance, because, man, a lot of people, and shout out to Paul Pierce, too, he always look out for me.
Is that right?
With good, great words, man, and great wisdom. A lot of guys out there who I meet, everybody's story won't go right at that moment, but everything is timing. Mm-hmm. Timing is everything, and if the Lord say it's going to happen the way it happened, this happened with the Lord right here. Mm-hmm. And it has to move like that because we don't ever want to step on no one's toes. We want to stay humble in the process, and when it's time to tell your story, it's time to tell it. Yeah. We all gonna leave a legacy. Yeah. We just gotta wait our turn. Yeah.
I'm just grateful and thankful that you came on and shared it with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm blessed vice versa.
Talking about it, opening up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't want to tell, my mother abandoned me.
Oh, man, I gotta let them know. Because if youngsters out there.
But with all that said and done,
come on,
I still went back to see her.
Let's go. Let's go find her.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's see where she at. All this going on, all this rumors from family members, and all right, I'm going to sit back and valet on you. And then I'm going to get over there to her, and I'm going to give her a hug, and I'm going to say, God, pray for me, and I love you, Mom, and I forgive you in the name of Jesus. Yeah. And I'm riding with that.
Man. Boy, if you don't say nothing else, you keep Jesus in it, man, you gonna win.
I have to, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Even to survive going over to them other countries, man.
I gambled China though. When I got on that flight, I didn't know where I was landing. I ain't had no navigation, man. I was like, I'm out here. Let's go.
Wow.
I just put my hat back and said, let's fly, man. And then when you get there, handle your business. Don't be BSing and stay locked in.
Right.
That's what I did.
Then even mention St. Eugene. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All those tools from those little schools.
It touched me because I got a little, after school thing.
Yeah.
And I go pick up some little kids from St. Eugene.
For real?
Yeah,
oh
man.
My God. Yeah.
And just to say it, man, when I went over there to pick the kid up, and I seen all them black kids, the whole school. It was, I hadn't seen that in a while, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because so many people start moving everywhere. But you pull on St. Eugene campus,
4 years.
man, you're going to see a whole bunch, it just touched me, you know what I'm saying?
That's going to be my next, in probably like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going back there. And I'm doing a big day there. I'm gonna speak to everybody, and we're gonna have we're gonna have a real day with me, and I'm bringing like a lot of my classmates back as well.
Right.
And to speak, and beating the odds is where we come from.
Well, like I said, if it's something that Brown can do, you know what I'm saying? If it's a donation or something like that, and you going over there doing, count me in.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Because kids is important.
Man.
We
was kids once, right?
Exactly.
Man. And when I see kids that's not focused, I feel it bothers me. I have to say something. I have to say something small. I don't want to mess them up, but I want to tell them something like A, B, and C. Wake up.
Yeah. Even when you was on your way here and you was getting the address and you was talking to somebody and they was, you was giving somebody some money. You don't know if they were homeless or what.
I'm helping. Giving. I don't want it back here. Here you go, man. I come from a family, the Simonets was a family that, a thing called we gave and we didn't care about giving if we had a shirt off our back. That's a different dish rag, right? So I don't care where I'm at in the world. If I got a shirt and no money, I'm giving my shirt away. If I got some money and a cool shirt, I'm giving my money away, and I'll take the less. I won't have nothing. But then later on, the Lord will bless me with something, not even money or anything like that, but he'll bless me with some type of, direction on here, how you should do this.
And that's the
I'm
way.
moving that stamp right there.
No,
right?
and that's real talk. See, a lot of times when God give back to you, it ain't always money.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
It's so many ways God is giving back to us.
Right.
And that's one thing people got to understand. It ain't just about money.
And I tell a lot of people nowadays, people try to figure me out my left and right. I don't show my left and right, so you're not going to figure me out. But what I'm going to show you is how I move. I'm going to show you, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. Now, if you don't want to acknowledge it, that's cool. Or if you want to slander a name or do whatever, that's on your deal. But my thing is to show action and positivity and changing lives and do what I need to do on my time, because I'm retired at 39 through what I've already put in the work already.
Right.
So now it's my time to put in a different work as a big guard by helping these youngsters.
Well, big guard, they must think you got some money because that lady called you and said,
"What she say, man?
Man, I need 2,000."
Oh man, I said, "Oh
I'm
man,
like, man, he was mad. I'm like, man.
I didn't know.
Somebody just called me and tell me I want 2,000. I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, I mean, wow,
yeah,
because times is not to the point where we don't want to give. Yeah, we do.
Right.
But we just can't give just because people just call and I need 5, I need 2.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
It's off the chain.
But I seen the people that you were talking to because you was FaceTiming them. Everybody seemed cool.
Cool. I like an audience. I like people. I love people. I love making everybody comfortable. I don't want nobody struggling. I don't want nobody feeling some type of way. If we in a group setting and the bill come or whatever come or however, any which way, man, I don't mind covering it, and I don't want everybody to walk away with a smile. It's about making sure we got a full tummy out here. It's about making sure everybody is comfortable around certain individuals. Energies be weird sometimes, but sometimes, you know, you don't need a crowd. Sometimes you can just, you and your partner are cool, whatever, and make things happen. You know what I mean? And that's part of giving, man, and just having I have a smile and a good spirit that I want to share with the world because I never was loved. So now I feel like if I love someone else and just be like, hey, man, you know, don't worry about everything, gonna be all right. I did a good gesture.
Right.
You
Right.
know. You know.
Well, I can tell, man, one thing about me, I'm a good judge of people. I ain't gonna say I'm right every time. But I can say this, you seem like a real good brother, man.
Thank you, D. I appreciate you so much.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really, really do. I hope that we can keep in touch.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
It's such a good thing to meet good people.
Absolutely.
You know, especially
Absolutely.
young men that's still out here making something happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
you know, I know you got to get out of here. And, you know, because people was calling, man, we got to hook up. But I want to say this. I want to thank Hurst for coming on Brown Neighborhood Podcast.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Because when people see this, you know what I'm saying, and they going to see it.
Yeah.
They be, you know, it gives them courage to want to tell their story.
Have to. I want everybody to tell their story.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because somebody going to hear it, and somebody might hear it and it's helping them, and they quiet about it.
Come on. Come on.
Even though they soaking it in,
Right.
they don't want to say that.
right.
Believe me, Hurst,
Yeah.
somebody done heard this today.
Right.
Gonna hear this, and it's gonna give somebody hope.
Yeah. It's gonna give somebody. I was getting to that. That's right. It's gonna give somebody hope because right now, if we don't give people hope, they don't have like a board in front of them. They don't have like nothing. Nobody telling them nothing. Mm-hmm. Right now, we got to give these people hope.
Yeah.
We got to let these people know how to real strong survive. Because you could throw Hurst, big guard, whatever, Mahershal, you could throw me in the desert. I'm going to come back. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to come back stronger and stronger. Because that desert, I was walking with no shoes. And I didn't have nothing. And it's cool. And I'm going to keep a smile. But when I come back, I'm going to act like I never went to the desert.
Yeah, but one thing that I got from you, you're a guy that don't give up.
You can't. It ain't in my blood.
You know what I'm saying?
I got to go get it.
Yeah.
I got to go run and sprint.
Yeah.
And you got to, when you get it, you got to still stay in your coronavirus. Yeah. You got to stay humble.
Yeah. Hey, that's the
humble,
key.
Man.
See that there?
You know, I don't care how much money you got. I don't the chains and all that. That's cool. That's cool. But you still got to stay humble.
Stay humble, man.
Stay humble, man. And
that's what happened to a lot of brothers. God bless them. They be thinking it's them, but God is really blessing them.
Exactly.
But he gonna give you the, you know.
He gonna see how you gonna act too, and he gonna punish you.
You know what I'm saying? So stay humble.
Yeah. Because
every good gift and perfect gift come from God.
Oh, man.
People be thinking they just, you know. But hey.
I done had so many guys want to show off, and that's cool. That's cool, but you got to come back to reality because God is gonna humble you, man.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
He gonna sit you down,
give you
man.
a chance to get
down a lot of times.
Hey, he gonna give you a chance to, you know, correct it. Whatever it is. I'm gonna give you some grace.
Right.
Get it together.
Right.
Now, if you don't, you know. All I can tell you is, hey.
Yeah.
He can spank you too.
Oh, you don't want that spanking.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know.
That's
Big
real.
Hurst, Big God, we going to get out of here.
That's right.
And I want to say, man, just thank you, man.
Man,
I got
honored.
a chance to meet you.
Right.
You know, and talk to you.
For sure.
And I tell you, it's been a good communication, good testimony of life.
Yes.
You know, keep pushing, bro.
Keep pushing.
Keep pushing, you know. You taking care of yourself. That's a good thing,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. When you're not taking care of yourself, it'll show.
It'll show.
You know what I'm saying?
Show.
So keep taking care of yourself. And God gonna keep blessing you.
That's right. That's right.
Right?
Browns Neighborhood Podcast. We in the building, big guard to build it out.
Hey,
Good.
It's good to have good people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I want to say this before we leave. God, thank you for the Browns Neighborhood Podcast.
Man.
Because without you, it wouldn't be no Browns Neighborhood Podcast.
Amen.
And for God to touch somebody to even want to come on this neighborhood podcast, that let me know that God is in it. Because I couldn't have drew Hurst, you know what I'm saying? So he had to see something in me.
Amen.
And I hope it's some God in it too.
Oh, it is. He moving. It's gonna get better and better the way now. Now that we clicked up, it's only gonna go to the top.
That's it, baby. So like I said, God, thank you. Until next time, God bless.